Hello there. Welcome to the section on game design. Everyone loves video games. Their growing popularity across the globe is a testimony to that. Right from Mario to PUBG, we have all witnessed the stir that these kind of games can cause and the kind of attention that they can draw. Ever thought of how these interesting video games are created? Computer game creation is a sophisticated process that involves many complex tasks to form a finished playable product. Students have to gain awareness on game design before venturing into the course. Thereafter, they can pick the right degree in game design that builds a successful career for them. Game design starts with an idea, and the entire process is about giving shape to that idea. This field uses the skills from a lot of other areas such as computer science programming, creative writing, and graphic design. Game designers are the creative lead. They are the ones who imagine the entire game story, characters, gameplay, rules, interfaces, dialogues, and environment, etc. In large immersive games, game design refers to the central theme or point, the story, the plot, and the characters' backstories. In smaller games and games where there is no significant plot or character, such as racing games, game design refers to how one plays the sport. What are the rules? How is the game scored? How does the level of difficulty change with the play? What makes the game fun or challenging? With game designers having to serve so many questions, their role is a blend of a writer, an artist, and a programmer. Some of the designers are literally writers who come up with a script for a game or pen the characters' dialogues. Other designers concentrate on level design or making maps of the varied locations during a game. A game designer must have comprehensive artistic vision and technical skills. She or he has to oversee and contribute to programming, image rendering, level designing, digital editing, and other construction aspects of game design. A game designer's role on a development team differs from a specialized role of a graphic designer and a programmer. Game design students are groomed to create their own video game from ground up, as well as take on a development role in a team. That being the case, those who study game design must decide what role on a development team they would like to have upon graduating. Once a desired role has been established, the person can then subsequently fine-tune a specific role. A common misconception about game designers is that they are only creative and not quite analytical. And this is often distant from reality. Game designers use logic and compute how different parts of the game will work. For those of you who think that game design could be mastered without the use of math, here is a little secret. Graphic designers in most cases use algebraic formulas when deciding how different patterns of a game should work. For instance, a game designer may need to come up with a formula for the way the power a character should have increases with reference to the mission the character has accomplished. Now, many people often have been seen using the words game design and game programmer interchangeably. These words are different and represent two different parts of a huge industry. The difference is the same as that of concept versus execution. A game cannot be created without both the designer and the programmer working in close proximity from start to finish. Game programmers will typically take inputs from the designer, and with the right technical knowledge, they will infuse the designer's vision in the game. Now let's look at the type of game designers. There are various designations or roles of a game designer. The first one is lead designer. The lead designer is the head of the team and is responsible for managing a team of designers and making sure that the game's overall vision is achieved. Then comes the level designer. As one of the most exciting roles, a level designer's job is to create the level-by-level play in a game. Further, we have content designer and game writer. A content designer is involved with the game's narrative in some way or the other. They may write the story, the dialogue, the missions, etc. Content designers shouldn't be confused with game writers, although they often are. It is quite possible that a content designer could design the general mission flow of the sport, while a game writer crafts the scenes, the texts, and the dialogue that pushes the mission along. Further, we have a system designer. System designers focus on one particular system within the game, such as all the weapon within the game, or a range of spells, or a type of character that the player can create. It all depends on the size of the game and the team. Then we have the technical designer. Technical designers are part of both the teams of programmers and designers and are responsible for actually implementing a lot of the gameplay. Then we have the UI designer or the usability expert. The job of the UI designer is to form the interface for the sport to make sure that the player and therefore the game communicate well with each other. It is safe to say that a game is as good as its user interface because that is the first line of communication between the game and its user. Design director or the creative director. This position is earned after a lot of experience and time spent in the industry. It is basically the boss kind of position. Game design teacher or researcher. Game design did exist before but has gotten more acknowledgement today. Hence, a lot more has to be taught, discovered and invented. Hence, it is a role that offers a lot of scope. Now let's look at the courses that you need to get into game design. Students who study game design will become familiar with the overall process of creating a video game and will also be taught individual elements of software engineering, program and game design utilized in the actual construction of the game. The prerequisite to becoming a successful game designer is to have the right education. Hence, the most popular course options in game design are as follows: Bachelor of Design in Game Design, Bachelor of Science in Animation and Gaming, certificate courses in Game Art and Design, Diploma in Production Gaming, Diploma in Game Design and Integration, and finally, Bachelor's in Media Animation and Design. The Bachelor's course covers a great expanse and are more credible as compared to any certificate and diploma level courses. Bachelor's in Game Design is an undergraduate course. The course is designed to inspire enrolled students to observe the world around them, drawing directly from life to gain inspiration for characters and stories. They are encouraged to get the way to think creatively and develop ideas through multiple stages that specialize in character development, narratives, and performance. They are also taught fundamental 2D and 3D animation skills to bring their stories to life. Here is a list of a few specific subjects in game design: design process and thinking, pre-visualization techniques, production art design for animation, digital design tools, film media, and introduction to design for moving images. Aspirants can also pursue a career in gaming after completing B.Tech in Computer Science Engineering or Bachelor of Computer Applications as a game developer or designer. Candidates who are good in programming languages also have a good opportunity in the gaming industry. The colleges and their eligibility criteria. Let's start with University of Petroleum and Energy Studies. This institution offers a Bachelor in Game Design. The course offers insight in design, environmental design, strategy, game psychology, and level design. Students can gain admission from the UPES DAT institutional level entrance examination followed by an interview or via the JEE mains exam score. UCEED exam scores is also accepted. The UPES DAT takes place in April and the entrance exam forms are out by January. UPES also offers scholarships to students who have more than 80% in class 10th and 12th. Next we have World University of Design. It's one of the largest design universities in the country. It offers a bachelor's course in animation and game design. It is a 4-year course and the curriculum caters to visual development, fundamentals of animation and game development, character design and storyboarding, stop motion, VFX for film and games, 3D art, environment art, character design, creature design, concept art, level design, light and CGI skill set. The university conducts its own DAT for admissions but is also open to accepting scores from SAT, UCEED and NID. Next we have Lovely Professional University. The university offers a 3-year specialized BSc program in game design. It emphasizes sound theoretical grounding in principles and processes of game art and design with extensive practical work. It enables proficiency in students to handle and deliver industry standard projects or output. Students have to qualify LPU NEST or USEED to get admissions. Admission timeline and processes. For admission in game design or gaming courses, firstly, students have to meet the eligibility criteria prescribed by institutions or colleges where they are seeking admission. Some colleges offer admissions to students based on merit list of qualifying exams. Students who have successfully completed their higher secondary examination from recognized boards are eligible to apply for undergraduate courses. For admission in postgraduate courses, candidates must have a bachelor's degree in related discipline or branch. Admission to the course can be obtained through a relevant national or institute level entrance examination. The average annual fee charged for the course in India is approximately between 5 to 7 lakhs. The program is meant for candidates who aspire to explore advanced skills in communication through animation. Therefore, they are tested for their creative potential of interchange between words and pictures in both traditional and innovative media. Most of the institutions in India accept NIT, DAT and USEED as examinations. USEED, or the Undergraduate Common Entrance Examination for Design. The examination is basically conducted by the IDC IIT Bombay for admissions to its industrial design course. The forms are out by the end of September each year and the exam takes place in January. There will be one question paper of 3 hours duration. The question paper will be in English and the question from both parts of the paper are compulsory. The question paper will carry a total of 300 marks. Further education. Master level courses in game design are quite popular. In India, NID offers the most popular master level courses in game design. Successful graduates who are interested in higher studies in the discipline have an option of pursuing MA or an MSc or a master in design in the subject. Very few people go for a research-based course in game design. If at all one would want to, then that would be in a very specific field of game or else in design. To be able to take admissions to the master level courses, it is strongly recommended that the student should have a bachelor's degree in design. Other than degree courses, the students also have an option for advanced diploma in the field. Now let's look at the skill sets that are required to become a strong game designer. Game designers must have unbridled enthusiasm for new ideas. Good communication skill will allow designers to communicate their ideas and convince people to invest in that idea. Other required skill will be knowledge of the game designing software, understanding game mechanics, spatial and creative ability, skills in cinematography or story writing, commercial awareness, drawing skills, understanding the present generation and their tastes, and finally, enthusiasm for the gaming industry. Now let's look at the career prospects. Prospects in this field are huge. Gaming has gone through a massive evolution and made inroads into many spheres. With its immense scope, gaming is now used in the banking industry, in the field of marketing, education space, and areas like IQ improvement, etc. Mobile gaming, iPhone gaming, and social gaming are the next big things in gaming. One can start his or her career as a gaming artist, gaming developer, game tester, game decoder, etc. Organizations that offer a great scope are Xbox, Nintendo, and simulation games. Here are a few more profiles in addition to the ones that we have previously discussed. Game designer, game programmer, audio engineer, artist including concept artist, animator and 3D modeler, special 3D effects artist, software engineer, senior software engineer or developer or programmer, software developer, video game programmer, video game designer, and finally, games quality assurance tester. Let's also have a quick look at the major recruiters in this field. You have Nintendo, Valve Corporation, Sony Computer Entertainment, Ubisoft, Microsoft Corporation, Bungie Incorporated, BioWare, and many more. And that brings us to the last portion, which is advantages and disadvantages in this role. Advantage: high-paying jobs, creative field, and a perfect blend of IT and arts. Disadvantages: initial struggle, a demanding work schedule, and a longer time of work. That is all about game design. We'll meet you in the next section. In the meanwhile, please refer to the reading materials for more insights on this field.